Start the show off by mentioning something that I saw on Instagram. It's only going to take a minute. Don't worry. We're not going to stay here that long. I want to mention something that we saw on Instagram, and I want to be 100% clear on this. I want to be as clear as possible on this particular thing. So, there has been a long-going argument or conversation that the WNBA should be making more money, or at least as much as the NBA. I needed to say this because I don't think people, and this is what you mean by ungrateful. I think that all of the women trying to come up with this argument are ungrateful. Okay? Listen and pay attention. This is not me being disrespectful towards women. I want still the WNBA to be a thing. I watched college basketball in the early 90s. College basketball, females college basketball, women's college basketball was a thing, and it was popping. So I want the WNBA to be a thing. I'm actually a fan of this. Don't get this confused. But I want to say something real quick. You do know the first 20 or 30 years of the NBA, players had to get second jobs. I'm going to say that again. The first 20 or 30 years of the NBA, players had to get second jobs. Players had to get jobs in the offseason. They weren't making any money. Do you get it? They were playing for the love of the game. There was a point where they didn't even have planes. They used to have to drive around in buses. And that's why our Eastern Conference, Western Conference, or the Atlantic Division, that's why all of this shit is set up the way it was. Because you had to be able to get to the other teams. That's why previously, up until a while back, matter of fact, they just actually changed this in the NBA maybe about 15, 20 years ago. You didn't really play people on the West Coast. You went to the West Coast twice a year. You understand? There was no money. But the difference between the WNBA now and the NBA then, the NBA didn't have another league to pull money from. So I just want to explain this, and I don't want to be funny. This is just something that really needs to be explained. Every single athlete, not just NBA player, should consider Michael Jordan a GOAT. Because all of those contracts that y'all have now, pardon me, is because of that contract that Michael Jordan signed when he played 1 year for $25 million, and he said he was only signing 1 year contracts. People forget about that. Every league in America that y'all getting paid, Michael Jordan is your GOAT. And that's why you could never tell me that LeBron James is better than Jordan. Because there were people with LeBron James's skill set before Jordan. But Jordan was the first of his particular skill set. Now, you're going to say Dr. J. Dr. J couldn't play D like Mike. Dr. J couldn't shoot like Mike. Dr. J didn't have the moves like Mike. Dr. J would just dunk on your ass and it'd be ugly. And Dr. J was an incredible player, and he was literally my favorite player because that's what everybody's favorite player was in the damn 80s. So I just want to be clear about this, and this is no disrespect to women. Right now, your league is supplemented by the NBA because y'all lose money every year. A couple of years ago, during the pandemic, I believe, Kyrie Irving paid y'all contracts. Kyrie Irving gave millions of his dollars to make sure that the WNBA players were still getting paid. So my point is this. We have to be grateful for the small things, for the big things. If y'all want y'all league to grow financially, you have to be grateful for the financial progress in which you've already made. It might not look like a lot, but when y'all was in college, y'all was playing for free. There was no platform. Now you have a platform. Now you're supposed to take that platform and do a thing with it. Y'all don't deserve more money. Y'all need to figure it out. I just want to say this real quick. By looking more manly, that's not going to help you. I know a lot of females think that helps them if they look more manly while they're playing a sport. But it don't help. It don't make me want to watch you. Because if I could watch actual men play and be more athletic, jump higher, run faster, right? Why would I want to watch women that are coming on the court attempting, not all women by the way, not all WNBA players, but women that's coming on the court trying to look masculine. I never want to look at women that look masculine. I'm not knocking any of that. Do what you want to do. But I will never choose watching a masculine woman over watching a feminine woman. I would just never do that. I can't speak for all men. Now, with that being said, I hope y'all do better. I hope, I was just about to mention that too, Yuri. There's more women in America than men, but apparently the WNBA thinks that the reason in which why they're failing or they're not making as much money is because the men aren't watching. There's literally more women than men. If the women watched you, if the same amount of women that watch the NBA watch the WNBA wouldn't have